When I lit the black candle, the flame didn't flicker. It screamed, and for a second, it sounded like my grandma's voice. I grew up in a small town called Pine Hollow, one of those places where autumn feels like magic, crisp air, rustling leaves, and the smell of cinnamon and smoke everywhere you go. I live in my grandmother's old house now, the one with the blue shutters and the porch swing that creaks even when there's no wind. She passed away last year, but it still smells like her. Old perfume, dried herbs, and candle wax. Grandma was different. She believed in things. Things that people in town whispered about. Spirits, charms, and rules you should never break. Every Halloween, she'd tell me the same thing. Never light a black candle, child. Not here. Not on that night. I used to laugh when I was younger. She said it like it was law. Like the world would unravel if I disobeyed. This year was my first Halloween alone in her house. I had the night off work, a few horror movies queued up, and a bag of candy ready for trick-or-treaters. It was supposed to be peaceful, but around sunset, the air changed. You know that feeling when the world just holds its breath? Yeah, that. The wind stopped. The sky went from orange to this deep, bruised purple, and the neighborhood, usually full of laughter, went quiet. Even the kids disappeared early. By 8:30, I was alone. No footsteps, no cars, just the sound of the porch swing creaking back and forth. That's when I saw it, sitting right in the center of my front porch. A single black candle, tall, smooth, wax gleaming like oil in the moonlight. There was a note tucked beneath it. It said, in neat handwriting I recognized instantly, "For when you're ready to see." Grandma. I froze, because that handwriting, it was hers, but she'd been dead for nearly a year. The candle was warm to the touch, like someone had been holding it. I brought it inside, telling myself it was a prank. Maybe my cousin found one of Grandma's old candles and wanted to spook me. But then I remembered, Grandma never kept black candles. She said they were for calling, and the wax smelled wrong. Not like vanilla or smoke. It smelled like dirt, like something that had been buried too long. I put it on the kitchen counter, tried to ignore it, watched a movie, ate candy, but I couldn't stop glancing toward the candle. It was just sitting there, still, silent, until around midnight. The lights flickered. My phone died, even though it was plugged in, and from the kitchen came a soft scraping sound, like nails dragging against wood. I went to check, thinking maybe a mouse got in, but the candle had moved. It was now sitting in the center of the kitchen table, and beneath it, the wax had begun to melt, even though it wasn't lit. It pooled in a perfect circle. Inside the wax, I could see something shifting, tiny black shapes, almost like faces. I blinked, and they were gone. My chest felt tight. The air in the room was heavy, thick with that smell of damp earth and iron. I backed away, but as I turned, the note caught my eye again. Only this time, there was more writing. You can't ignore them forever. That was enough for me. I grabbed the candle, the note, and my car keys. I was going to throw the damn thing away. But when I opened the front door, every house on the street was dark. Not just dark, dead. No porch lights. No Halloween decorations. No sound. Just rows of black candles, one on every doorstep. All unlit. All waiting. I turned back to lock the door, and that's when I heard it. A voice. Right behind me. Soft. Raspy. Familiar. Why did you bring it inside? I spun around. No one, but the candle on the table had lit itself. The flame burned straight up, black in the center, orange on the edges, pulsing like a heartbeat. And within it, I could see eyes. Dozens of them, blinking. watching me from inside the flame. I screamed and grabbed a towel, trying to smother it, but the fire didn't go out. Instead, it spread. The wax dripped onto the table, the floor, and where it touched, the wood started to move. Faces pushed out from beneath the surface, stretching the grain, mouths opening in silent screams. I stumbled back, tripped over a chair, and the flame whispered. Not words, just breath, like someone leaning close to my ear. Light them all. I ran. Out the door, down the street, barefoot, the cold biting into my skin. Every house was glowing now, faintly. Those black candles I'd seen earlier, they'd all ignited. And from inside each house, shadows pressed against the windows. Not people. Too thin. Too long. They moved like smoke. And as I passed each house, I heard them whisper the same thing. Light them all. I didn't stop running until I reached the edge of town. The old cemetery. That's where Grandma was buried. Her grave was easy to find, right under the oak tree, with her name carved deep into the stone. And there, resting against the headstone, was another candle. Black, unlit. I was shaking, crying, gasping for air. I didn't know what to do. Then I heard it again. Her voice. Please, child. You have to finish it. It was her. It sounded exactly like her. The same warmth, the same tone she used to tuck me in at night. But I knew it wasn't her, because when I turned, she was standing there. And she wasn't alive. Her eyes were sunken, her mouth stitched shut. Her hands were black with wax. She lifted one finger and pointed to the candle. Finish it. I couldn't move, couldn't breathe. She stepped closer, and as she did, the ground beneath her cracked, and from it, hundreds of hands began reaching out. Wax-covered hands, pulling at her dress, her arms, her face. I screamed and stumbled forward, knocking the candle over, and it lit itself as it hit the ground. The flame roared to life, black and orange, swirling like smoke and blood. And then everything went dark. I woke up in my bed, morning sunlight streaming through the curtains. Everything looked normal. No melted wax. No shadows. No candle. I thought I'd dreamed it all, until I saw the note on my nightstand. Same handwriting. It's done. For now. Grandma. I should have felt relief. But when I went outside, every house on the street had a pumpkin on the porch, each one black and hollow. And in every window, I could see something faint, a flicker of flame. That night, when I came home from work, I smelled that same earthy scent again. I followed it to my kitchen, and there, sitting right where it had been before, was the candle. Only now it wasn't black. It was red, and on the note beside it, written in new ink, were 3 words. Your turn, child. The flame's still burning. And sometimes, I swear I can hear her whispering through it. If someone ever tells you not to light a certain candle, don't ask why. Don't be curious. Just listen. Because some lights aren't meant to guide you home. They're meant to show you the way back to them.